Why do people have to change shit? All right?
There's always something.
I don't get it. I don't get why
Keep you on your toes, Mike.
people have to update shit and make it retardedly stupid all the time.
To challenge you.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's you hosting and not me, or we wouldn't be on yet.
Oh, man. I don't think... Oh, here we go. Live. Yay. It's working in the other group. Good morning. Hey, dude. How are you? Hello, everybody. All right. Just going to give me 2 seconds to make sure that this is working. Yep. Cool. All right. Hey, guys. Good morning. I'm sorry, but Facebook's been a dick and won't let me see comments. So if you do comment or ask a question, please give me some patience and I'll get to it when I can. If not, send me a DM and I'll answer the question as soon as I can. As you know, we're doing a Q&A this morning. So if you've got any questions you want to ask about fat loss or weight loss or whatever to do with it, give us a holler. More than happy to answer questions live if we can get to them. Morning, Carly.
Did you say holler?
Yeah. Holla at your boy.
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Thank
What
you.
have you got there? Don't you drink coffee of a morning?
Yeah, it's coffee, mate. That's a
In
coffee
a tea bag.
Yeah, coffee in a bag, mate.
So can you tell me a bit more?
I'm lazy and I can't be effed brewing it.
But coffee comes in a bag.
Yeah, you can get it in a bag.
From like your supermarket?
Yeah.
Can I have a look? Have you got the lid or is the lid on?
No, it's just a cup. But yeah, it's just coffee in a bag, mate. It's just like a tea bag, but it stays longer and stronger. Just like me.
Longer and stronger. Wow.
Yeah, I used to buy the little portable bags as well that you can take camping and stuff, but they just get too expensive. So
what do they taste like? An instant coffee?
No, it doesn't taste like instant. It tastes more like a brewed coffee, like what do they call it? Yeah,
like a machine coffee.
No, not a machine one. You know the ones in the press?
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes more like a standard. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, dirty long black thing. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm all about efficiency, mate. Hey Ash, good morning. Trace, good morning. Coffee in a bag, Trace, exactly. Hey Anna, how are you? Morning, everybody on this side too. Just gonna give a big wave. All right, let's get into it. Yeah, coffee in a bag. Carls, you learned something new today, mate.
You absolutely do.
Yeah, it's what Q&A is all about, right? So, fat loss, efficiency, right?
Beautiful.
Oh God! All
That's
right.
perfect.
Okay, first question of the day is: would it be beneficial in any way to train 2 times a day? Would it be beneficial in any way to train 2 times a day? Would it help me lose fat / body weight faster? All right. I'm going to do probably something that Carly's not going to expect here. And I would say if you're time poor and you can divide your workout into 2 and do it twice a day and then skip a couple of days, 100% will be fine, okay? As long as we're breaking the workout into 2. That's my opinion, okay? Splitting workouts are going to help you if you are time poor. If you're a fiend and think that working your ass off, 5 days in the gym twice a day is going to get fat loss quicker, it's going to lead to burnout quicker more than anything. So I would get that out of my head that I have to go to F45 and do a morning and an afternoon session 5 days a week, because if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to be burning too many matches and not have enough energy for the rest of the day to recover and build muscle. So in my opinion, if you're splitting up your workouts in 2 for a day, no problem. But if you're adding an extra one in, i.e. an intensive workout, you're not going to be able to recover or, give yourself the right amount of energy because of you're in a deficit. So not a good idea for fat loss, okay?
Yep.
For fat loss.
Yep.
If you want to increase calories, there's other ways to do it. Increase calorie burn, there's other ways to do it. Just walk. That can be your second workout if possible. Water, calorie deficit, so many different things we can do. But in terms of the question, would it be beneficial to train twice a day? If you're time poor, yes, and you can divide it into 2. If not, no, not my opinion.
Actually, I agree with that.
Cool.
I absolutely agree with that.
Like,
I think as well, if you are somebody new coming into your weight loss journey, that's very different. What you're saying, Mike, to somebody coming in and then obviously wanting quick results, and it's
yeah,
like, I'm going to start training 2 days a week, twice a day, 5 days a week. Like that's just ridiculous. And like you said, it leads to burnout and the rest of it. And it's not the best way to train. Is that sustainable? Probably not.
yeah,
I mean, if you can do it, if you can follow through with it, amazing. But for me, I would rather, I don't even train every day. For me, it's 3 to 4 times a week. I'd rather put my energy towards those workouts rather than having, training every single day. So what's your intensity like would be my,
yeah,
I guess my question. But yeah, Mike, I agree with you.
yeah, good.
Very
Because
simple.
again, I'm all about time efficiency. So if I looked at my week ahead and my week ahead said I've got fucking 4 days of solid shit to do and I can't get to the
Yep.
gym, but then for the other 3 days I can do a double session, but I'm breaking up my workouts. That's cool. That's totally fine. But don't do 6 days a week, twice a day. If you can't handle it, difference if you're an athlete or someone who's got different goals, yeah, no worries. But if in terms of the question says, would it help me lose fat, less body weight faster? Nah, you're not burning fat, you're burning carbs and glycogen. So it's different types of burning. So for me, it's beneficial if you're a time poor, but if you want instant fat loss, get in deficit.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yep.
All right, legend, good stuff. What do I do after reverse dieting? What's the next step after that? Wow, I like this question.
Get strong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You lead, Carls.
What's the question again? What do I do after reverse dieting? What's the next step after
Yeah,
that?
so the first thing we do is get into a deficit, lose our body fat, get to a maintenance level, and then we start adding calories on, which is a reverse diet for you guys out there that don't know what it is.
Yep. So obviously getting yourself up to a new maintenance, and that is, the ultimate goal for a lot of males and females is to be able to eat a shitload of calories and not put on weight. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by lifting weights. So upping your resistance. If you want to, ladies, if you want to build tone, which is building lean muscle, you need to up your calories. You're not going to burn muscle in a calorie deficit. So obviously continuously upping your calories to a new maintenance level where you feel like, you're starting to level out, and just focus on getting stronger in the gym. Like that's the exciting part. When you start to see, if you're actually following a proper program and you're recording your weights and you start to see yourself getting stronger each and every single week, that's like magic to me.
Yeah, it's magic. Totally, 100%. If you are trying to lose weight and you're not lifting weights at the same time, you will not see results quicker, okay? You won't. To me, and again, this is our philosophy, there is nothing better than losing weight and starting to see muscle come through. Okay, it gives you that positive reinforcement that, yeah, the things I'm doing are right. If you're flat out just losing weight without building muscle at the same time, you won't see results as quick. Yeah, you still lose weight, but you won't see the results as quick. On the scales, maybe, but not physically in the mirror. So what to do after reverse dieting? Like Carly said, the best thing we want everyone to do is to eat more food and not put on fat. Okay, that's by getting more lean muscle mass on your body. We've got to go to the gym. We've got to go to the gym. Maintenance is a lot harder than deficit, in my opinion. It is so much harder to maintain a set weight rather than being in a deficit. Okay, we're a lot more strict. When we've got tons of weight to lose, we're a lot more strict on ourselves. But when we're in a deficit, we get a little bit more complacent. When we're at maintenance level, we get a little bit more complacent. We're like, oh, okay, maybe I should have this thing. I've done this thing. I can have a couple of donuts. And then all of a sudden that's every day. And then the weight starts piling back on. So you've got to find your happy place. All right. Mm-hmm. If you're lifting weights and you're burning extra fuel, you can definitely eat more food. But we've just got to focus on what's our next goal. Do we want to increase muscle mass? Then we've got to eat more food again. We've got to increase the calories. So we're going into a further reverse diet. Do we want to stay at the same level? Then we've got to figure out what's our maintenance calories. And they can vary between 300 to 400 a day, depending on your level of activity as well. So for me, I'm at a little bit of a deficit at the moment because I'm trying to cut a little bit, but I still know my maintenance level, and I still know that I need to eat more calories when I go for a bike ride and stuff during the day. So I'm at that place where I know how to read my calorie levels per day, and I kind of just play around with it. But that's what we want everyone to do. Hey, Jay, say Brodo. So yeah, if what to do after reverse dieting, fucking get ready to eat more food and be really, really happy in the results.
Yep. Love it.
Cool. Do I get fat right before? Do I get fat eating food right before bed? Can I eat past 8 or 9 p.m.? Yeah, good question.
This is such a great
$1
question.
million question.
Yep.
Probably the quickest answer is no. You won't get fat eating food right before bed unless it is over your calorie intake for the day for about 5 or 6 days of the week. Okay.
Yeah.
Give you a quick example. I'll bring out Harry half a kilo. So that's 3,700 calories roughly, right, for half a kilo of body fat. If we have a sneaky snack every night, 7 days a week, say 300-400 calories, which could be a couple of cookies or something high sugary. 7 times, say, let's just say 500. That's 3,500. So basically, in 1 week, you can put on half a kilo of fat by having sneaky snacks at night. So technically, you can get fat if you eat right before bed, depending on what you're eating. Okay, that's just a technicality. So if your calorie expenditure per day is 1,800 calories and you're at 1,700 before you go to bed and you want to have a cookie that's 100 calories, go for your life. Go for your life. It's not going to make you fat. It's about your total calories per day or per week that matters the most, right?
Yep. When I'm talking to a lot of people, they say, I shift work or whatever, and I don't eat dinner till I get home late at night. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you are eating your meals. As long as you're in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. You'll probably feel, not amazing going straight to bed and laying down on a full stomach and the rest of it, but don't worry about it. As long as you are not overeating your calorie maintenance level, you are fine.
Yep.
It's simple.
That's the shortest answer possible.
Yeah.
It's as long as you're not trying to eat a full pizza before bed, and you should be pretty sweet. But just be mindful that if you do eat something, say, really highly processed before bed, it can affect your sleeping patterns. We've got to be mindful of that because you're probably going to get grumbly and feel like shit, maybe have to poo a couple of times. So be mindful of what you do eat, but balance is the key to life, right? As long as if you want to have your chocolate, just make sure you do your work and deserve to have it at the end of the day, in my opinion. All right.
Beautiful. Yep.
Cool. Why do some foods look healthy but have high sodium? Are they considered still healthy if the sodium is high? Why do some foods look healthy but have high sodium? Okay, so if we remember back in the day when we didn't have refrigerators, salt used to preserve food. Okay, so it's no different now that most processed foods have lots of salt in them because they want us to have a good shelf life. Okay, they might look healthy, but they have a ton of salt in them. So there's nothing wrong with that. So sodium is something that we need every single day because if we're in a calorie deficit, we're reducing the amount of shitty foods we put in our diet, which means we're taking a lot of salt out. We need to balance that salt. So even if a food is high in salt, it still can be healthy if it's part of your overall balanced diet. All right. But if you're concerned about sodium levels, maybe you've got, heart disease or blood issues or something like that, then yeah, definitely check the labels first. Make sure, that it fits in with what you need to do. But just because it's got high sodium doesn't mean it's not healthy.
Yeah, I agree, Mike.
Yeah, so if you want natural stuff.
Yeah, if you want to eat it, unless you have a reason to be obviously mindful about your sodium intake, if it's healthy, have it. If you want it, have it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. So don't be scared. As long as, if your doctors have said, hey, you got to slow down on the salt, then please be mindful of it. But apart from that, just because it's got a high sodium level doesn't mean it's not healthy. Just balance it with the rest of your diet.
Yeah.
All right. Who are your favorite people to coach? I would like to name some names, but I won't. I won't because I don't want to favoritize a few people. But I think we can kind of just do a quick, maybe 3 or 4 points each.
Yep.
Me personally, commitment.
Yep.
Committed people.
Yep.
that are dedicated. That's probably my first one.
Yep. For me, my favorite kind of people to coach is probably someone that has done all the shitty diets and tried everything and is really, really not the word desperate, but wants to learn a sustainable approach. Like they've actually reached a place in their life where it's like, I don't want to cut out carbs. I don't want to eliminate this. I actually just want to be happy and just lose weight the right way.
Yeah.
That to me, somebody that actually wants to learn the right way without dieting.
Yeah, I like that. I think positive people I like to coach more than negative people. I want people that have the ability to push through hardship to
Yep.
me, maybe a bit of resilience. Most people that are overweight, I can relate to this because I was myself, have a low self-confidence. And I want that. If you can have a positive mindset, you can start bringing that confidence back in when you feel good about it. So that'll probably be my second type of person.
Yep. Mine would be somebody that I love to coach. Probably a mum that has a shitload of kids, has no time, and wants something simple because it can be done.
Yeah, definitely.
Somebody that thinks that we need to all of a sudden create all this huge amount of time and create all these gourmet meals. It's not necessarily necessary. I like someone that comes in, is a mum, busy, has everything on their shoulders and can just get the work done, because that is proof to me. If I can crack that one, that's inspiration to another woman that,
Yeah.
you know what, it can be done.
Oh, 100%. I think that goes for without saying for anybody really. I like that that feeling. I really do. I don't I was going to say goal-driven individuals, but I don't think that's the type of person I really enjoy the most. I like vulnerable people. I like people that have been damaged, that have got a really dark past. I like people that can find the light at the end of the tunnel themselves. Like those type of people. They're difficult to coach, but they really want it more. So for me, it's like I relate to them because of obviously my past as well. So for people that have gone through hell, people that can just continue through it is probably the most important thing that I love the most about coaching.
You and me could sit here for ages, Mike, going, well, I like people that A, B, and C. I like people. We just love coaching people. Anyone that wants to do the work and come in and change their life.
Yeah, you got to want to do it though.
Yeah.
Got to want to do it. Cool. Yeah. All right. Is there a muscle group that is hardest to train and develop? Yeah, I can relate to this. Calves, definitely, definitely calves. Oh. I've been trying for years and they're not getting any bigger. Most of the time, I will generalize this. It's the smaller muscle groups are the hardest ones to train and develop. For example, calves, your lower back muscles, your forearms, your abs, like they're the hardest because they need the most reps. So yeah, there is a muscle group, but it's like anything. If you can do compound lifts, you'll generally train those smaller muscle groups at the same time, so you're adding to it. But if you want to target something like your calves, for example, for me, just do plenty of them all the time. So every time you go to the gym, I always do calves now. So it's like I get in, do calves, do upper body, do lower body, do calves, do whatever, do calves. So that's for me is if it's hard to develop, then I need to do more of it for that one muscle group. But forearms, again, yeah, they're really hard to train because there's only a select amount of movements you can do. Your lower back as well. But yeah, generally the smaller muscles are the hardest ones to train and develop.
Yep, agree, Mike.
Cool. So if you were to focus on, say, 3 ways to reduce overall calories, what would they be? I like this one. This is good.
I like this one too.
Yeah, go for
it. Okay. 3 ways to reduce your calories. I would firstly say increase your protein into your diet.
Yep.
Because if you have more protein in your diet, you're going to feel fuller for longer. That would be number 1. Number 2 would be to reduce your liquid calories.
Yep.
For me, it was beer. It was beer. And you don't think of a drink or something that just goes down so easy as so calorie dense, right?
Yeah.
And number 3, I'd say skip breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Fasting of the
definitely
morning. Yep.
that was part of deficit number one. Portion control would probably be the next one for me. It's the killer for most people. It's like, oh, that's about 200 grams of chicken. Well, it's 400. Oh,
Yep.
that's about 150 grams of potatoes, and that's about 400. So yeah, definitely portion control, making sure you weigh your food.
Yep.
With your protein one, eat more fiber as well, because like fiber and protein are like brother and sister. They need each other to make you feel satiated, but also protein needs fiber to help break it down in the gut. So definitely that would be my second one. And I think movement would be the third one. Get out, walk, and lift weights, because you're giving yourself a couple of 100 calories per day extra in the bank that you're burning off. That will definitely reduce your overall calorie intake per day. So it kind of works out with our system of coaching. So if you can do those six things really, really well, you're on your way to losing a fucking ton of weight.
Yeah.
Ton of weight. All right, last question. If I am struggling with anything, is there a specific thing I should do to ask for help?
This is a very broad question.
There is a specific thing to do. So this, you open it and you talk and then you ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you are struggling with anything, is there a specific thing I should do to ask for help? Well, that is a very broad question.
Yeah,
okay, so if you're in a coaching program, you're paying for a program, ask your coaches for help. Ask your community for help. If you're not, maybe getting an accountability partner if you don't want to pay for something like that. It could be your husband or your wife. It depends what kind of help you're asking for. There's always, but like you said, just it's communication, right? It's just
correct. I think if you're super fat and you need to lose weight and you're scared of asking for help, it's courage is the first thing to be able to put your hand up and ask for help. It's hard. It's absolutely hard to put up your hand and ask for help, especially when you're struggling. So if I was a mind reader, that view behind me would probably be the Bahamas. So I can't read people's mind. So you need to be able to get the courage, muster up, put your hand up and ask for help. That's the first thing. Be specific on what you need help with so people can understand. Say, hey, I'm having trouble losing 20% of my body fat, blah, blah, blah. Can you help me out? If you don't have support, like Carly said, find a team that will help you. Being in a coaching group is super beneficial in terms of having a ton of people to lean on when you are down. And chances are most people have gone through similar shit that you're going through that can put their hand up and help you out. So that'd be another thing. Fucking Google shit, man. Like we live in the best age at the moment. We can find out information just about anything. And don't take for gospel the first thing you read. Do your research first. Check out 5 or 6 different types of ways to lose weight.
Yeah.
Keto might be something you really, really enjoy. And if it is and it helps you lose weight, then fucking do it. Right? Paleo, carnivore, whatever you feel like is something that, if it's not my way of doing it, but if it's something that's going to make you lose weight and sustainable for you, then do it. But you've got to be able to research and be open-minded about shit. So if you go to a coaching group or if you do find someone to help you out, be open-minded is probably the only thing I could say. You've got to be able to accept the advice, initiate it, and figure out some new approaches so you can get out of your comfort zone. If you don't leave the comfort zone, you won't change.
Oof.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, you're right. Hardest thing is everyone is different. Different things work for different people. Brado, 100%, mate, because I can't sit here and preach to you one thing and you don't like it or it doesn't work for you. You got to find that happy medium, right? And I think we'll go back to the old thing. Just because you're asking for help doesn't mean it's weakness. It just means it just means you're smart enough to know when you need backup, right?
Yeah. And I think that's what holds a lot of people back is asking for that initial help, or they're embarrassed that they don't know how to do something or understand something. Like we're not a whiz in everything. Like I can't build a house, but I can help lose weight. We can't. Yeah, we can't be a genius at everything.
No, you're correct. And if I want to get better at something, I'll ask someone to help me at it. same as you, Carly, right? We're no different. But it is embarrassing and nerve-wracking and undermining to say, fuck, I need help with something. I'm actually struggling, right? It really is. I go back to my early days when I was younger and when I was going through a lot of trauma. If I didn't put my hand up and ask for help, I would have just kept suffering and suffering and suffering. And now that I don't, because I've done the work for it. So by being open-minded, using resources, speaking up, all that stuff, you have to do it. Honestly, you have to do it. It's tough. It's tough not knowing or being embarrassed to do it. Like, you know what the hardest part is, I reckon, in weight loss is the first photos of yourself in your undies, like looking at yourself at your worst. That's the
But then the very best thing 6 months later or however. Yeah.
But that's courage, right? So
don't sit on your hands. Most of us are already 50% done, right, of our life.
Yeah.
That's
the scary part, man.
Yeah. How much longer are you going to sit on your hands and suffer or face with these daily challenges? There's nothing more brave than asking for help.
It's terrible, Carly, you say that, because that's the determining factor with most people making a decision to get fit and healthier is something goes wrong.
Yep.
Physically or mentally or spiritually or something like that falls apart, and they all of a sudden they realize that it's hard for me to fathom that I might only have 40 years left in my life, and what am I going to do with it? It's not too late to change. We've got a guy who just joined us from Israel. He's 79 years of age, and he's on a weight loss journey. Bless him, he lost his wife a couple of years ago, and he's obviously a little bit lonely as well, but he's joined a crew that's just getting behind him, and you should see this guy lift himself up every single day. It's fucking amazing. So it's not
79 years of age.
Yeah. And then we've got 22-year-old guys and girls that are joining us to get educated on something that they're not taught at school.
Yeah.
The basics of food, the basics of lifting, the basics of cardio, the basics of mindset. Fuck. If you've got 40 years left and you don't know this stuff, you need to educate yourself so you can have the best 40 years ever.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, I don't want to be 80 and in a home. I want to be 80 and in my home, still walking around, running, cycling.
Picking up your grandkids.
Yeah, picking up the grandkids and not busting my pupil valve. When I've been right, I want to be that guy. And if you want to do that, you need to be able to educate yourself on nutrition, on training, on mindset, and probably the fourth one is lifestyle. You got to have that in you. So courage, absolute courage. All right. Thanks for joining me, Carly. It was wonderful today, as usual. It's good seeing your beautiful face. Thank you, everyone else, for joining in. Brado, you're an absolute champion, man. I appreciate your support, dude. That was phenomenal what you just did. I really appreciate it. Any questions you've got? I think there was a couple on TikTok I'll get to shortly. Olivia, I'll send you a message. I'll send you a DM and I'll be able to help you out with that one for sure. And Brado, you're a champion. I really appreciate it. All right.